How do you broach the topic of suicide with someone you are worried about? First, I want to validate that for many people, it is very difficult to broach the topic of suicide, as many individuals feel overwhelmed with not knowing what to say. But know that you do not have to be an expert in suicide prevention or have lived experience with suicidal ideation to start a conversation and offer support. One thing people struggle with is even knowing how to start the conversation. So if there is someone you're worried about, it is important that when you broach the conversation, you discuss it with them in a quiet place, free from distractions if possible. Start by identifying the things that you have noticed about their behavior and why you are concerned about them. Some examples may include, I have noticed that you have been quicker to anger recently. Is everything okay? Or, you have seemed really down and withdrawn lately. Can we talk about this? Hopefully, the person is open to speaking with you, and assuming they are, your job is to listen without judgment and ask follow-up questions that are open-ended, such as, how long have you been feeling this way, or what can I do to support you? If, after talking with them for a little bit, you are concerned they are suicidal, it is important that you ask them directly by using the word suicide. It can be as short and direct as, are you having thoughts of suicide? Or it can include reflections from the previous conversation and sound something like, some people who have experienced similar feelings as you have had thoughts of suicide. Are you having these thoughts? It is important that you use the word suicide and not ask if they're having bad thoughts or thoughts of harming themselves, as both of those things do not necessarily mean suicide. Additionally, there is a misconception that if you ask a person about suicide, it will put the idea in their head. There is no evidence to support this, and by you directly asking if they aren't thinking about suicide, they will let you know. And if they are, you have now opened the door for an opportunity to discuss their thoughts. If the loved one confirms they are having suicidal thoughts, it is important to ask if they have a plan, if they have an intent to act on the plan, and if they have taken any steps to carry out the plan. It is also important throughout the conversation that you validate their feelings. You can also offer them support and ask them how you can help. You can ask them what they need from you. You can offer to help them find a therapist. You can provide them with numbers to crisis hotlines or mobile crisis services if those are available in your area, or taking them somewhere to get help if that is a necessary step. There's obviously a lot of nuance when it comes to next steps if someone is suicidal, which can be a whole different video and I'm not going to address here since the question was about approaching the conversation. However, if you would like to learn more about approaching a conversation around suicide with a loved one, you can check out the QPR Institute, which has some great information and resources.